Alright, so we're going to officially call this episode 1 because I've got some of my technical issues sorted out here. So what I want to do is just kind of put on display modded Minecraft using the Technic Launcher. And I use a mod pack called TPPI. And right now, I am headed out to get some lava. I'm going to capture some lava in a bucket. I happened to notice there was some lava over here earlier, and we're going to use that here in a minute. So, in your unmodded vanilla Minecraft, I mean, it's an open world sandbox game, meaning the goal is what you make of it. So, for some people, the goal is to travel to this fantasy area and fight a dragon, and they call that, well, that's when I beat it. Some people just want to build a certain building or a city, and modded Minecraft gives you a lot of options, and it really just, in my opinion, I mean, I can't go back to vanilla, because there's just so much fun shit to do. So, here is this lava. I'm going to go ahead and grab that in a bucket, and we're going to take it home. So, they call it Minecraft because you're going to mine down, and oops, damn it. You're going to mine down, and you're going to get ores, and you're going to use those ores. You melt them up, and then you make tools. And with modded Minecraft, you're going to use those tools to make better tools. So, you'll use a primitive axe to chop down some lumber. You'll use the lumber to fire a furnace, and then you'll make some iron. You use the iron to build other things. We're gonna talk about making machines that can do our mining for us, amongst other things. So, normally, what a person's gonna do is you're gonna build these ovens, right? You put some wood or coal or whatever in the bottom of the oven, and you cook it up. You take one of these ores, you dig up. Let's see, that's a modded ore. So like iron here. Okay, you'd find some iron, you put it in here, you burn it, and it comes back at a 1-to-1 ratio because it's kind of archaic how you go about melting that down. Okay. So what we're going to do is there's a mod called Tinker's Construct, and it allows the production of a smeltery. And one of the things I like about the smeltery, besides making advanced weaponry, better swords, better digging tools, is you can melt at a 2-to-1 ratio. So, and this is what, I'm trying to think of what they call it. It's a formation. Oh, there's a better word. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, so we're going to build it right here, okay? And you build it out of, these seared bricks. And you make the seared bricks by taking 1 sand, 1 clay, and 1 gravel here. And those are going to make what they call a grout, right? And you melt the grout, or you kiln the grout in the oven over there. So let's just go ahead and make one real quick. Okay, oh, you get 2 grout out of that, okay? And then when you burn that grout up, let's check on our iron. See, we got 1 iron out of that block. You're going to spend a lot of time digging. I don't like digging. So, when we melt this grout, or bake it, or whatever, okay, it's going to give us these bricks. And we're going to take 4 of these bricks will allow us to make 1 of these blocks right here. So I've already taken the liberty of making them. Now, when you build a smeltery, you have a floor, and the floor is 9. And then you have to have walls around the sides. Now, you could take these seared bricks, place them here, and then place up a wall. The seared bricks are a little more expensive right now at this early part in the game. So I've already dug some gravel, and I'm just going to use these as a placeholder to place my wall. Alright, so, and then I start with my wall here. Okay, now we're also going to need a way to drain once we melt our materials. We're going to need to drain those out, so I've built a smeltery drain. And there's recipes to do that. I'm not going through the recipes right now. That's not the idea here. It's just to give you a basic idea. But it's using these bricks here, just using them in a different formation. We're going to use this tank. This tank will hold the lava, and the lava is what powers the smeltery. That's what's going to melt our metal. And then we have a smeltery controller that allows us to place items in, see what's actually melting. And then I have this casting basin I built, and we're going to use that to cast our metal once it's melted. So we're going to go over here and finish out this side. And to build this, you need to have the thing that has the hot lava in it it needs to be right next to the smeltery controller. So we'll place our smeltery controller right there. And then we're going to place our smeltery drain right here. And now it's complete and it has come to life. You can see that, okay? And we will put a spout and a casting basin. Alright, now we have 8 iron ore. Oh man, I wish I had 9. Because it will hold 9. You know what, we're going to melt copper. It gives us the same basic idea. Copper is going to be used in a lot of recipes later on, especially as we use electricity. Because copper's it's like a conductor, right? It's in wires. So we're going to go ahead and place 9 in here. Now, we can build this smeltery taller. We just make the walls higher here. And what that will do is make more area here. Now, there's only a little bit of lava in this. In fact, you can't even see it. So it is starting to melt. Let's see if it says how much is. So, in any event, we will pour our lava in. Now, of course, had I spilt the lava, everything would catch on fire with this wood. So, typically when I build a smeltery, I will have a safer floor because you don't want to burn your whole house down. So, let's go up top and see what it looks like inside, what's going on. Here we have our block of copper. Let me dig this out and show you a little bit better. Okay, unfortunately that wood just went in there, but we'll handle that later. Okay, it's all copper, but it's melting. It'll be melted soon. And as it melts, it's going to burn up this fuel, this lava fuel that we put in there. We are almost there. Well, now, Tinker's Smeltery allows us to do some other cool things. It has some benches, which allow you to make more exotic tools and weapons. Here we go. So now this thing is full of molten copper. So we can dispense some into our casting basin here. Now it just so happens that 1 block is equal to 9 ingots. So that's why 9 was the magic number. And we'll let that go ahead and harden up. And now we have a block of copper, which happens to also be 9 ingots. And here we have more. So you can see that that is actually double the amount of metal that I would have gotten had I melted it in here. Now, there are things we can do later on to refine our metal processes to where we can get 3 times as much or 4 times as much using other mods that have better machines. But let's go ahead and show some of the cool things that Tinker's Smeltery also offers. I went ahead and built some of this ahead of time. So there is a tool station. We have a part builder. We have a stencil table. And we have our actual crafting station. Okay. Now, if we place this down, all right. So what the part builder does here, let's start with this stencil table. We can take and make a wooden stencil, and you take a blank pattern, you put it in here, and then you can choose, here, let's just make one real quick. We're going to make a, I'm going to sleep real quick, get us some more lights. Alright. So these are these stencils. I've already made some. We're going to make a couple more. So, a blank stencil is pretty easy to make. Here we have a blank pattern. Let's throw it on the stencil table. Alright. Oops. We're going to put it in there. And we're going to start looking at what our patterns are. So this is a pattern for a shovel head, an axe head, a sword blade. And these are all different parts that you will then put together as you make a tool. Let me think of what I need real quick. It's for a hammer. What is this one? Bowstring pattern. I'm going to use that later. We'll grab it. So there's the idea of how that works. Okay. Once we have the pattern, we can then take the pattern along with some material. Okay, so I'm going to make a hammerhead. If I was to make a hammerhead out of cobblestone, what I would do is take this stencil, place it in the part builder, and then place my material, and I can then build a stone hammerhead. Then this tool station, these are some of our things that we can build. So we can either build a pickaxe, and Tinker's Construct is going to allow us to put modifiers on these. And so what I've been wanting to do is build a hammer. And I need to get the next level up tool station to build the hammer. Now, in modded Minecraft, we don't always have to remember all our recipes or look them up, because we have this great thing over here called NEI. And it will show us everything that we can make. So, if we... what I need to make is, I believe it's called a forge table. But I don't remember. So, let's just look. You know what? Let's just look and see everything Tinker's Construct has to offer. Okay, they have... Oh, I just seen it. This. It's called a tool forge. This is what I need to build. Alright, so it wants 3 of these seared bricks, it wants 4 of these blocks of irons, and it wants that tool station. So let's go ahead and cannibalize our tool station here. Oop, I got turned around. Alright. Hopefully we've got 3 of those seared bricks. Let's see. Oh, here's 2. We might have to cook some. Oh, we've got some of these seared bricks. So let's go ahead and take 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And it also called for 4 blocks of iron. And I know I've got some of these because I prepared these in advance. Alright. I apologize for my loud sheep outside. Their days are numbered. What do we need? Oh, this. Boom, boom, boom. And there's our tool forge. Alright, let's go ahead and run this over and place it down and see what options it gives us. Oh, so many more tools, including the tools before. Now I want this hammer right here. Okay, I think I made these parts in advance. It asked for 2 face plates, hammerhead, and a tough rod. So let's see if I did make them in advance. There's my tough rod, 2 face plates, and of course you've seen me make the hammerhead, so I'll have an extra one. That's fine. Okay. We'll place these parts in here. And now we have our hammer. And here's what I like about the hammer. Okay. In typical Minecraft fashion, we have our little humble pickaxe. Dig one, isn't that fun? Now, with the hammer, however, this will mine a 3x3 area. It makes mining go much faster. And with that, I think that will conclude our lesson on Tinker's Construct for today. When you come back, I'm probably going to actually move this smeltery down into the floor, but I wanted to build it up higher to give you an idea of what that'll be like. So, all right, until next time, this was episode 1 of what I'm calling BakkenCraft. Thanks for watching.